Down in the comments below, tell me what your favorite moment in this game was. Now, my favorite moment wasn't something that happened while the clock was running. This was after a whistle. Luongo ends up covering a puck, whistle's blown, Pacioretty, putting a little bit of extra pressure on Luongo and, putting his stick on there, fishing forward a little bit. Shouldn't have been doing that. He deserved a nice little shove from Ekblad. He deserved one. Mark Stone, though, before you know it, Mark Stone comes in out of nowhere, coming in like a wrecking ball. Like Miley Cyrus, wrecking ball. Coming in, and he starts to shoving. He starts to shoving Trocheck. And then you see Max Pacioretty, Patches baby, and then you see Stoner starting to they're pushing together two other Florida Panthers, and they're just getting in it. And then all of a sudden, Max Pacioretty, he's chirping at Ekblad. And then you see Mark Stone, and he's just chirping at Trocheck. And that fired me up. You could see the passion in Stone's eyes. Like, it didn't matter. It don't matter who's out there on that line. That's his squad now. That's his team. This is his team. The Golden Knights are his team. And he's going to fight for his team. And he's just, you can see that passion in him. You see that passion in his eyes, and he's yelling. It gets me jacked. It gets me hyped. Let's go, Stoner. Woo! What is going on? Make sure you go down there, hit that subscribe button. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. I'll really like it if you did, man. If you're a fan of either one of these teams, the offense in this game for your team, you like, yeah, woo, scoring them goals, baby. When you think about the defense of your team, what the heck was that? You're allowing all these goals, man. Now, if you're not a fan of either team, you probably just enjoyed this show because it was going back and forth throughout the whole game. Definitely entertaining, really fun to watch. But then you get irritated at your defense for allowing 5 goals and your goalie and I'm not going to talk about stats, right? Backup goalie, first night of a back-to-back. He came away with 2 points. I don't care. They had some ugly save percentages. Both goalies, Luongo and Subban. Who cares, right? Florida, you guys got a point. We got 2 points, with Subban. I'm going to take that. Yeah, he allowed 5. It is what it is. And honestly, I'm really happy just the fact that we got points, let alone a win. I mean, we got a win. We were down 1-3 after the first period with our backup goalie Subban, and we came out of there with 2 points. I don't care about the stats. Okay, I care about the stats a little bit, but not to the point where I'm going to get that irritated. The Golden Knights, they end up getting on the board first, though. Despite being down 3-1, they actually had the lead first, and it was right off the faceoff early in the game. McNasty Paul Stastny ends up somehow getting that puck, getting around like every Florida player, right in front of Luongo, and he ends up just sliding it 5-hole. Up 1-0. Paul Stastny, you like to see that second line, Stastny, Pacioretty, and now Mark Stoner. No one else got an assist. This was unassisted, but the fact that when that line scores, I feel like it's going to bring up the momentum pretty much of everyone, even if they're not involved in the play, because this was pretty much all Paul Stastny. So for the beginning part, right, up 1-0, Golden Knights look pretty solid for the beginning of the game. And then you hit that mark, right? Florida gets their first goal, and all of a sudden, it just explodes. This was Florida's period right here. I mean, them Panthers with them big Panther paws just smacking us around. Hoffman got 2 power play goals, his 29th and his 30th goal. In the back-to-back, just like that. And the fact, first of all, we allowed them on 2 power plays like that. Hoffman scored both of them. And they're up 2-1 before you know it. And both were assisted by Yandel and Huberdeau. Isn't that nuts? Both of them. And 28 seconds left after that last Hoffman goal, Ekblad ends up deflecting one past Subban. Thus you have the end of the period, 3-1. Assisted by Barkov and Huberdeau. Huberdeau, this is his 3rd assist in this game, and we're only in the first period. So the only positive I was really taking away from this first period was, hey, Florida, they love blowing leads. They love blowing leads. And how do I know that? My buddy Flying Fluffy, dedicated, die-hard Florida Panthers fan. He's always complaining about all the leads that the Florida Panthers blow. So if you looking to see a Florida Panther just lose his mind, because he's had enough. He's had enough of the nonsense. Make sure you go check out Flying Fluffy. And if you're not a fan of the Florida Panthers, you might find it hilarious. And if you are a fan of the Florida Panthers, you can at least relate with them, which is good. The second period, the Golden Knights come out firing on all cylinders with the pressure, offense, everything was just looking good for Vegas. And Stoner, you know what I'm saying? Stoner was looking solid. He does all the little things that are just like, ooh, You just love it. You love it. He's keeping plays alive. There's pucks that, they're trying to take it out of the offensive zone. Stone somehow finds a way to keep it alive, keep the puck in the offensive zone, and just to keep plays going, like nonstop, causing turnovers in neutral zones, causing turnovers all over the place, everywhere. Omnipresent Mark Stone getting the puck, and he gonna bring it in your zone. Yeah, I know, he didn't score a point yet. He still hasn't scored his first Golden Knight point. It's bound to happen, though. He does so many good things right. Good passes, good on the forecheck. Just good everywhere. He's going to score soon. Just relax. He's at least making things happen. Okay? So many of these goals that we've been getting, especially on that second line with Stastny and Pacioretty and Stone, without him, making these little plays that might not seem like much, if you were to take away that play, Vegas wouldn't even have the puck so that someone could score. But back on topic, the Golden Knights end up scoring 3 goals straight in the second period. And a lot of that damage came from former Florida Panthers, Marchessault, Riley Smith. And honestly, Florida fans, I'm sure you're probably still irritated at the fact that we have both those guys and why your management gave them up, and I don't blame you one bit. I don't blame you one bit. Maybe Riley Smith with y'all, I could understand that, but Marchie was just coming off a 30-goal season. I don't understand. I don't think anyone really understood why I put him up. Maybe if I looked into it more, I would understand. But I've talked to Panther fans that were like, I wish we would have kept him the whole time. Riley Smith, though, ends up getting a goal right in front of Luongo. Pass off of Marchessault. Puts the puck between his legs. Ends up shooting it 5-hole. Oh my gosh, right past Luongo. It just barely made it in. Marchessault and Merrill both getting assists on this. Riley Smith makes a score 3-2. And then 14:22 in the period, John Merrill ends up getting a goal. His 3rd goal of the season. I mean, John Merrill's been playing so much better lately. He's been playing so much better. I gave him so much. I talked so much bad stuff about him and how much he annoyed me and just the bad things he do, right? Bad things he do. But now, I mean, he stepped up his game, right? Everyone's human. People are going to make mistakes, but he's been doing more positives than he's been doing negatives now. And it's starting to lead to points, yes, but also his defensive play is a lot better than it was. Turning over the pucks is a lot better than it was. Like I said, no one's perfect, but he's definitely improved. Shea Theodore and Marchie both getting assists on this goal. John Merrill ties up the game 3-3. Let's go! When we were down 2-1 ending the first period, I feel really good about being in this position right now. But it gets better because then Colin Miller ends up taking a slapper, and oh my goodness, it didn't miss the net. You know what I'm saying? He's always missing the net. Really nice, fast shot. Just can't hit the net. This time, it goes in. It goes in. What do you know? He gets his 3rd goal of the season. And, things are just kind of falling into place right now. Our blue liners are starting to get a lot of points lately. Assists coming from Nate Schmidt and Paul Stastny, and now the score's 4-3. And for some reason, this game, Vegas just can't seem to end periods on a good note. At least the first period, right? They scored right when the first period ended. Hey, the second period, they go and score right before the period ends. Barkov shoots, is blocked by Subban. Nice rebound down. Subban's on the ground, but his pad's out. Barkov ends up shooting it over his pad while Barkov is also down on the ice, and somehow it ends up going in. I don't know how he got that much lift off it from the angle that he was at, but I mean, it's tied up now 4-4, and I thought we were going to just take off with it, and this got me back to being nervous again. And now we're going to the 3rd period all tied up 3-3, and the game's been going so back and forth that it felt like this game was it could have got real dirty. It could have got real dirty 3rd period. Luckily, I mean, it was physical, but it wasn't to the point of where I thought it could have been with a tied up game going into the 3rd period with some of the physical stuff that I saw earlier. So in the 3rd period, Florida Panthers, they're going to take the lead here. Huberdeau, he said, you know what, I already got 3 assists. Let me get a goal added on to that. Assisted by Matheson and Hunt. He gets his 18th goal of the season, and now the Florida Panthers are up 5-4. Vegas has to find a way to tie this up, to at least get a point out of this, because Arizona Coyotes, they're right on our tails. Down a goal under 5 minutes, and I'm sweating because I don't want to have to get to that point where we pull Subban, get the extra attacker, and, the empty net, better chance of them getting an empty netter than you scoring with the extra attacker. But then the man with the contract that Florida just wanted to shed, he strikes again, Riley Smith. It's a delayed penalty. Riley Smith has the puck in Florida's zone. He ends up wristing one. He has Matheson right in front of him. Matheson's stick actually gets a piece of this puck, and it ends up misdirecting it, and then it floats. It just floats right over Luongo's shoulder. It's tied up 5-5. We're going to get a point. Because, hey, at least I know we're going into overtime. Down 3-1. The boys fought back. You see that fight in them, which you just love to see. Because some games it wasn't there. But this one, hey, it's here. And they tied it up overtime. We get a point. Let's go. Going into overtime. And Vegas dominates overtime. Pacioretty, I mean, he hit a post. We were a post away from just winning it in overtime. But nope. 4 shots on goal. Florida didn't have nothing. We're going into the shootout. Now, the one thing about Subban that I love is that he's great in shootouts. He's great in shootouts. One-on-one, he's pretty solid on breakaways. He's pretty good at, unless you're Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel, that game. I don't know if you guys remember that game. Phil Kessel scored 2 breakaways on Subban. We're not talking about the game. That was a really long time ago, right? We're talking about this one in the shootout, where we went. Luongo stops our first guy up, which is Wild Bill William Karlsson, the Swedish gunslinger. He wasn't slinging no guns today because he did not put it in. Luongo ended up saving that. But then Shea Theodore up second for us, coming up, approaching. He ends up putting it backhand top shelf past Luongo. Let's go. Subban on the other side, he stopped Huberdeau. Barkov, he ended up coming up, trying to pull off the old Peter Forsberg. Denied. And then there was Trocheck. Subban and Trocheck. All Subban has to do is make the save and Vegas wins. Subban, show us what you got. Whoa! Saved it, baby. Vegas Golden Knights, we win. Subban came in clutch, not allowing nothing in the shootout, and that's what I like to see. Yeah, 5 goals were let in by both goalies. I don't care. Our backup goalie just got us 2 points. I want to say congratulations, Panther fans. This was a wild one. Both teams definitely deserved a point here. The goalies had awful save percentages, but who cares, right? This was crazy, action-packed, and it was fun. I want to wish you best of luck the rest of your season. Hopefully you guys can stop blowing games. I know that's, guys, been your problem. I know that's my buddy Eric with Flying Fluffy. He gets so frustrated with the Panthers blowing leads. You guys did that today. But, I mean, you guys have some good talent. Huberdeau is awesome. Trocheck is awesome. I mean, you guys, it's not like you guys have nobodies, right? So, good luck the rest of the season. You know, don't lose that faith. Don't lose that hope. I know it could be frustrating and stuff. But then again, who am I? I'm a Golden Knight fan and you silver spoon-fed, whatever. Regardless, best of luck the rest of the season. So we win 2 games in a row. Stoned is 2-0 as a Vegas Golden Knight. It looks like he really enjoys winning because all he's done so far with the Golden Knights is win, smile on his face, get more comfortable. And I'm excited to see him get more and more comfortable with this squad. And then who knows? He hasn't even scored a point yet. I feel like once things start to click, the chemistry, because he said that, you know, the way that Ottawa runs their offense compared to Vegas running theirs, it's way different. And so he's adjusting to some things. He's not being vulnerable on defense for us, which is really good. He's really good two-way defense. And it's just adapting to that offense to where he's actually scoring. But, you know, at least we can start to expect him at least get some assists here, I think, pretty soon. I'm really excited, though, to see what he does as he gets more comfortable. So up next, we got the Anaheim Ducks, who I cannot stand. Team I do not like the most, the Anaheim Ducks. Ryan Kessler pretty much tops my list of guys that I don't like. I wouldn't say hate. On the ice, not a fan of. Now, I'm not sure. I imagine they're going to be playing Gibson. Gibson's a beast in the net. He tends to always face a lot of shots against us, and he tends to save a lot of shots against us. So it's going to be fun to watch, and I really hope we beat him. Expect a trash-talking video because I cannot stand the Ducks. Expect crow if I have to eat it. And if I have to eat crow because we lost to the Ducks, I'm not going to like that, and that's too many birds. But like I said, this win was really huge. You know, we got to beat the Ducks. We got to beat the Ducks. This one was huge because the Arizona Coyotes, they ended up winning too. Hey, my ex, they keep winning, all right? If you don't know who my ex is, I was a Coyote fan for like 8-9 years. 10, I don't know. It was a long time. They're my ex. And they're on our tails. And we got to keep winning so they don't catch up. Go Knights, go! And tell what you think about this game down in the comments below. Woo! Let's get our 3rd in a row.